Hi, I'm Echo1. Could I interest you in the third episode of my Skyrim PS4 Mod Reshowcase series? Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's Skyrim PS4 mod video, I'm going to be continuing my Reshowcased series. These are mods that I have previously shown on the channel before very early on, and they are mods that I feel that both the mod itself as well as you the viewer deserve far better of a showcase than what I was able to provide back then. Today's Reshowcased mod is SUMMERPEARL Cove. It is a small island located in the Somerset Isles, complete with a player home as well as 2 potential followers. And while I cannot say as to how well the mod does in its recreation of the look of the Somerset Isle area, as I've never played any of the other Elder Scrolls games, only Skyrim, I can say that regardless, it is a very beautiful small little island with this player home, and definitely worthy of a re-showcase. With that said, let's take a look at how to find this mod. So in order to find this mod, bring up the search function by pressing L1 and then type in SUMMERPEARL to the search bar. You'll find it right here. The name of the mod is SUMMERPEARL Cove. It is by the mod author CrystalTower15, and the mod description in part reads, "Important, before update or remove this mod, remove all your stuff." Have you ever visited the Somerset Isles? Well, now you can enjoy visiting this beautiful place. The only thing you have to do is travel to the Solitude Docks and take the right ship. The SUMMERPEARL Cove is located somewhere in the Somerset Isles and is waiting for you. Who owns that ship? We don't know. Who owns that place? Maybe you. By the way, sorry, I don't know how to get your family to move here. Maybe you can try PS4 Relocate NPC, your new home, by UniSL to do such a thing. And located at the very bottom of the description box, you'll find a way that you can contact CrystalTower15 on Twitter. And with any mod, please make certain to read the mod description in its entirety before deciding whether or not to download it. That way you know everything the mod has to offer, as well as any potential issues that can come up with it, and that way you don't accidentally get misled by some jackass of a content creator who misreads a particular word in a warning that the mod has and gives you the wrong information, completely changing the meaning of what the mod description actually said, like in Reshowcased episode 2. But of course, what are the chances of that happening? So we are currently here at Solitude Docks, which you can find if you bring up the map and check out this location. Solitude is right here, and the docks are just a little ways down from it, right around this area here. And now, my Solitude Docks is modded, so if you don't have that particular mod, it won't look like that in the vanilla version, but the dock is still here, and the ship that you are needing to access SUMMERPEARL Cove is located at the end of it. It's this ship right here, very distinctive looking. And now, while the majority of the ship is not interactable, you can explore it, of course, if you like. If you try to access areas like, say, this door over here, for example, you'll find that you can't. But there is a section of the ship that is interactable that will take you to SUMMERPEARL Cove that you can find right here. So let's go ahead and travel there now. So this is SUMMERPEARL Cove. This is a little island. As you can see, it is surrounded by water on all sides. There's nothing else that you can see off this way. The island itself is located right here. Very pretty. And something that you may have noticed already is that even though Lydia came onto the ship with me, she's not actually here. That is because, at least in my experience, your follower will not actually follow you here. However, if you would like to bring them along so that they can have a nice little vacation too, you can do that, as it is nav meshed, by one of 2 ways. The first is if you have the mod by Cyan49 called Tracking and Summoning, and you have put a tracker on the follower or the person that you're wanting to bring, you can then use that mod to go ahead and summon them here. The other way is to use the multiple followers system, which is what I'm going to do. Use the spell there to transport your followers. Now, sometimes when you teleport a follower, they may actually clip into something like this right here, or say this over here, for example, and if that happens, just summon them again to get them out of it. In any case, they will be able to fully walk around this area as it is nav meshed, but do keep in mind that you may have to teleport them again once you leave. So coming up this way, sometimes you'll find that there is an NPC sitting here, one of two potential followers, and let's see if we can find her. Okay, they're actually both up here. So we'll talk to this guy first. This is Majaha, if I'm saying that right, and I'm probably not. Any case,
how can I assist?
This is a potential follower. As you can see, he is interacting with multiple followers system. And this is the other potential follower. This is Valicia, who is facing the wrong way, so that I can't showcase her properly. Let's try that again.
Good afternoon.
This is Valicia, who is not standing still. You just stand still so I can show them what you look like. Anyway, she is a follower who just swung that axe a little too close for comfort. I think we'll just get away from you. In any case, your other potential follower that is here. Right here, you'll find an area that you can store items next to a tanning rack that you can access. There's a couple of barrels that are empty, but there is a barrel that has some items already in it that you can take if you like. And then located right near that, you also have a cooking area, so kind of have all this together. There are some areas inside the home, also workstations for you that we'll see in a bit. And there is a place that I'm assuming these two followers sleep over here, which is located next with this book, the Sigic Order, that you can take. But there's an area up there that there is an easier way to get there than what I'm about to do, but I'm impatient, so I'm just going to jump up here because I wanted to show you something. I will show you the airway to get up here, though, don't worry. But located up here, there is a shrine that you can activate that I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. But if you activate it, you'll see that you get a blessing of that character added. It's located right here. There is one other shrine that is located a little later on. That is the actual way up here we'll take a look at, which Lydia is actually coming up here right now. And that you may have noticed that she's having a little bit of trouble traversing. That will happen in occasion on places on the island over there by the ship itself also. That can sometimes happen. She should eventually get unstuck. Right here you'll see that we have a mud crab, and you can go right up to these, both of them. I think there are a few more on the island. They're all friendly, so you don't need to be worried about being attacked. And you can come over this way, but there's honestly not really much more out here. Again, it's just kind of a small island all surrounded by water, but you can come over and take a look if you want. Same goes for here. I don't think you can really go out that way or anything, and this here is just decoration. You can't interact with it, but still kind of a nice area that you or your follower, Lydia, can come around and splash around in the water if she wants to. And making our way over here, we will find what I believe to be a statue of Arniel. That is because of the inscription that you can read under the statue right here that does talk of Arniel El, King of the Eldemoder, the chief god. This could perhaps be backstory for the island, or maybe just Somerset in general, I don't know. Being as I've never played any of the other Elder Scrolls content, just Skyrim, so I don't know how close this is to actually creating the look of Somerset, but still, this is absolutely beautiful, which is why I wanted to showcase it. The player home is located up there. We will take a look at that in a minute, but before that, I do want to show there is another shrine that is, I think, over here. Yeah, there is a Shrine of Arniel that you can find located right here that you can activate just like the shrine before. This will, of course, remove the other blessing, but will add the blessing of Arniel then, in this case. And that is the only two that I'm aware of. There could be others, but it again is a fairly small island, so I do believe that's it. But it's very beautiful, just like with these sakura trees that you see right here, as well as all the blue flames that you see all around, which is one of my favorite parts because blue is my favorite color, so I really like that. Come up this way, have a little bit of an area here that you can look out, but we'll go ahead and, I'll show you real quick. The other shrine that we went to before, you'd go this way over here to actually get to it, unless you're impatient like me and decide to just jump up the damn wall. But at any rate, located in here is the actual player home, and you will find other workstations in here, as well as very nice touches like this right here. We have a bunch of sakura trees in these planters, really like that. A storage area here that you can access that is currently empty. And these are items here that you can take. This isn't static, so if you would like to take it. However, if you like the way it's set up, then I would just leave it be. I don't know if it respawns or not. An alchemy lab located right here. But again, you can take all this, but if you just like the way that it looks, then I'd just leave it. Yeah, I don't know that it will respawn or not. Not certain. I've never tried. There is a knapsack that is located right here. And there is a book that will give a little bit of story of the crystal of the tower that you'll see right here. It's not very long. I'll just kind of quickly flip through it, but gives a little bit of a story here. And it isn't the only one. You'll find other books located in here. There is a couple right here. One on the Sage of the Crystal Tower, and one on that I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I mispronounce enough shit on this channel without whatever the hell that was. In any case, there is some static items here though that you can't pick up, but it is located next to the Arcane Enchanter. And there is something over here, not that, I'm getting a prompt off of, yeah, these gems, you can go ahead and take these if you want. And there is storage located over here that you can access, always very nice. And something I didn't think to point out is that the menu interface that you're seeing as I access this is not a part of this mod. This is from a different mod, so if you download this, your menu will not look like that. I have stated that several times before, but not everybody watches every video. Clothing in there, as you can see, and I don't want to accidentally misrepresent something if you would think that's the way your mod looks, so that's why I bring that up. In case, we have storage for potions located right here. And if we come over this way, got a couple of items there you can store, but if we come over this way, we have more workstations that you can find. We have a grindstone located right here next to, again, more storage chests. There is several chests in here next to a workbench and an anvil. And another chest is located right here for you to be able to use. And then over here, somebody is robbing me. I had some armors that I had placed on here. I was going to show you what is going on. Let me see if it's still in there. This is odd. I've never actually placed armor. Yeah, they're still here, but for whatever reason, they're not showing on the mannequin. They did when I originally put them on here. I don't know why they aren't now. I was going to show you something, actually, with this one, and I wonder, I bet you didn't have those either. I had 2 of Cyan49's recolored replica ones down here and 2 of RL Cool J's upstairs. I'm going to go ahead and take this down. Let me show you something, though, I wanted to point out that's kind of neat, although it might not actually display it correctly anymore when you come back in. Let me find it real quick. That there are certain light sources, like since there's a fire over here, like this armor recolor by Cyan49 that already is reflective, that you can get some really neat looks because of the fire and stuff shining off that. So there's some really cool stuff you could do here, which is what I originally wanted to show. But I don't know why the armor pieces, they were still there, but were no longer showing. I've never had that happen on mannequins before, so that is something I haven't encountered. I normally don't have this place decorated, but I put Cyan49's recolored replica down there, and then up here I had recolors of RL Cool J's RL's mod compilation, like right here, which I'll show one real quick, that under different lighting conditions they will look different. And so originally I was going to say about how you could kind of play around and really give your armors a unique look, not only with the armors themselves, but the particular lighting conditions of where they were located. But in light of this, I might suggest not really storing any items in here. I might go ahead and remove these after the showcase. I'll just do this real quick though to show you what one would have looked like, because these cases are cool the way they have these cases and it's in there. I really like that touch. That's not something that you see really all that often. I do see it on occasion, but I don't know that would be safe to actually store your armors in here. So located over here, we have a little model ship, and some next to it is some items that you can take, as well as some storage that supposedly does indicate that it's safe according to the mod that I have, that is showing a little asterisk to show that it is safe storage. But again, I don't actually know, given what we just discovered with the mannequin. Just like here, for example, which is supposed to be, I would assume, safe storage, but yet I don't have an asterisk by it, so I don't know exactly how safe this is, because in all honesty, I don't normally store items here, and that with the mannequins kind of surprised me. I'm glad I did go ahead and do that so that I could showcase that. I do like to showcase if I'm aware of errors. I do like to showcase those so that you're aware of them yourself. But yeah, in any case, we have a bed here. This is the bed for you to be able to sleep in. Next to that, we have a book of nursery rhymes of Somerset, so that would be interesting. And we do have a safe over here. I do believe there were some items. I haven't placed this. These were included with the mod. and a weapon rack. But again, I would just kind of suggest maybe if you're going to store items here, either to test it, use something that you're not afraid of losing, or use a mod like Recolored Replica where you can just create whatever over and over again, because I really wouldn't suggest learning what I just did about actually storing items here. I normally just come here to kind of relax and enjoy the view and maybe do a little bit of work here and stuff because it's very beautiful, but that did kind of throw me a little bit. Now, something that I do want to say is I don't know, the mod description talked about they weren't certain if you could move your family in here, but the thing is, there's only one bed up there, so I don't know where your family would sleep unless there is an area over here where those followers are that I guess you could have. But really, who would make their kids sleep outside, you know, out over here? There actually is one additional pallet while they slept inside in the house. That would be an irresponsible parent. And you know, come to think of it, being as there is a individual palette here, maybe originally there was supposed to be 3 characters. I'm only aware of these 2. There's no merchant, which is surprising. Normally mods do have like a merchant, but neither of these are. They're just followers or potential followers. So I'm kind of wondering if perhaps at one time there was planned to be a 3rd NPC, and if so, I've never encountered them. But if you did want to use relocate NPC to move one over here, again, I'd be very cautious of that, but it should work as far as they would sandbox the area with the little fairy animal where it was placed at. But you might not get them to actually come over here. You would think they would come over when you'd have them move to the new home, but just like Lydia would not actually follow us over here and I had to teleport her here, you might have to again use Cyan49's tracking and summoning to put a tracker on them and then summon them to get them over here once you had set them up in this settlement. But again, honestly, I don't think I would be moving anybody over here or storing any valuable items here. This is pretty much, I would say, something that you would just want to kind of use as your own little getaway from time to time. Maybe bring your followers like I did with Lydia to give them a little bit of a vacation too, but just somewhere if you really enjoy the Somerset Isles. And if this mod does do a good job of recreating the look of it, again, I can't go by personal experiences. I've never experienced them for myself, but in any case, it would be worth getting it for that. It's definitely a very beautiful mod that I've had for a while. And just beware of storing items here. That's why I always say never store items in mods if you're afraid of losing them. To get back out, we go over here and access this. And now we are back in Solitude. And I don't see Lydia on the ship. She may be... Okay, yeah. Sometimes you'll find if you did bring a follower, they'll be waiting on the dock and come back. But if your follower didn't follow you back, then just take and teleport them back over like you did to bring them over there. Just get off the ship first, I would suggest, and do it kind of like maybe right here or something. In any case, friends, that brings us to the end of the showcase. If you're interested in it, definitely, again, read through the mod description in its entirety, and just be aware of the issues that we did kind of discover together here. With mods, there are always unforeseen things that can happen, and so just always keep that in mind when using them. I do try to point them out if I'm aware of them or I find out about them. And with that said, I just wanted to say to you, thank you as always for taking the time to watch the video, especially if you do make it all the way to the end. Thank you, I very much appreciate your time, and take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.